everyone, this is the Dvitiya Vibhakti. So Dvitiya Vibhakti is karma or the object. So we are going to see object. Apart from that, we have other adverbs, we have certain upasargas. All these will govern the Dvitiya Vibhakti. Basically, if you are going to see what is Dvitiya Vibhakti, we can use most of the verbs in our vernacular language, be it Tamil or Kannada. So most of the verbs are in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So any work you do, that will govern the object. But not always. That's why we have the Vibhaktis. So what is karma? Karma is kartum ipsitamam karma. So the karta, the doer, what he likes to do the most is karma. So karma is the object, Dvitiya Vibhakti. So kartum means to do. Kartum ipsitatamam. Tamam means tamaf pratyaya means the most. So ipsi means to desire. So what they like to do the most is karma. Supposing we see this gentleman, he is watching a nataka. So the next picture we have the nataka. So what is he doing? Saha natakam pashyati. So we'll take the verb. So that's how we have to learn Sanskrit. We have to take the verb. So pashyati is pratama ekavachan lat lakara, isn't it? Ti. So when we see that, we'll see who is that pashyati. Who's that pratama vibhakti? Saha. So saha is saha pashyati. Saha kim pashyati? What is he seeing? Natakam. He's seeing the natakam. So whatever he likes to do, what he likes to do? To see. What he likes to see, that nataka. So what he likes most to do now is to see a nataka. So that is karma. That's the meaning. So you might be wondering, how do I find out the subject? So you have to have a, be at ease with Sanskrit. That means you have to read a lot in Sanskrit. Slowly, step by step, what you can go. So what is the Prathama Vibhakti? So all this, I'll be making, I told you, some Shabda Manjari, regarding Shabda Manjari, what is important. If you get acquainted with that, you will know which is a noun and all. So Natakam, it is Napumsakalinga. Can't it be the Prathama Vibhakti if you are having a doubt? This comes only by reading Sanskrit a lot, doing more of Sanskrit exercises with sentences and such things. So it is by practice, how to align the verb and the noun. When you practice, keep practicing, keep reading more, then you get the hang out of it. So you have to keep reading more. That's the only remedy for it. Okay, I'll put it in Tamil and Kannada. Avan natakattai parkiran. So, parkiran. Yaar parkiran and the pulling and the vachana bakana. Avan parkiran. அவன் எதை பார்க்குறான்? நாட்டகத்தை. ஸோ இந்த நாட்டகத்தைன்னு வருது இல்லையா, தை, அதுதான் இந்த த்வித்தியா விபக்தி. தமிழில் தைன்னு வரும். ஸோ இன் சான்ஸ்கிரிட் இஸ் ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ. ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅವನು ನಾಟಕವನ್ನು ನೋಡುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು ನೋಡುತ್ತಾನೆ? ಅವನು. ಏನು? ನಾಟಕವನ್ನು. ಅನ್ನು. That ಅನ್ನು, that becomes the ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ. So that's how you come to see. So most of the verbs, that's what I'm trying to say. The verbs, most of the verbs that will make the second, whatever they are doing, that work they are doing as Dvitiya Vibhakti. Whatever work they are doing, it is because of the verb. So that's the object. So people will have a doubt. How come, can I put Rama in Dvitiya Vibhakti? Ramam pashyati. Saha Ramam pashyati. If this man is watching Rama and that Ramam becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. So why do we learn Shabda Manjari? Similar words like Rama, we put it in Rama and see how they come in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So all the time we cannot be using Rama. We need not memorize all the Shabda Manjaris. Other nouns that are similar to Rama, you can substitute for Rama. That's why you're learning Rama. Okay. So can I say Ramam pashyati means who is seeing Rama? Saha Ramam pashyati. If somebody is watching Rama, Rama becomes the object. At that time you can say. But for a subject, Ramam pashyati, if you say, Who's watching will find, we have to find out. So you have to be careful about it. You can use Tamil and see. Avan Ramanai Parkiran. So Avan Ramanai is Vidya Vibhakti. But Ramanai Parkiran, if you say Rama is seeing Rama is seeing and you say Ramanai Parkiran, is it correct language? No. So you have to be careful. So Karmani Dvitiya. So Karmani Dvitiya means that is the same thing. In an object is in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. That's the meaning. Object is in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. So we have this boy, he is having food. Rama is eating. So Ramaha bhojanam kadati. So we have to take the verb. What is the verb? Kadati. Kadati is again lat lakara pratama ekavachan. So which is pratama ekavachan? We have Ramaha. So Ramaha kadati. So Ramaha kim kadati? Bhojanam. So that bhojanam becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. That is the object. So if I say Rama eats, what does Rama eat? That food. That food becomes the object. Rama is the subject. So Rama is in Prathama Vibhakti and bhojanam is in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. So I tell in Tamil, Rama சாப்பாடு சாப்படுறா. Sapadran, yaar sapadra, immediately we'll ask Rama. So that is Prathama Vibhakti. Because verb is connected with the subject. But if I'm going to say, enna sapadra, enna. Appa namba sapadu, bhojanam. Bhojanam is also a Tamil word. And the bhojanathai sapidigiran. Sapadai sapidigiran. The sapadai, that becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. Rama utta maduttane. Yenu maduttane Rama? Uttavannu. So that utta becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. So Kriya Viseshena Dvitiya. Now what is this? So these are all adverbs. Tivram, Mandam, Madhuram, Adi. Tivram means fast, Mandam means slow, and Madhuram means very sweet. Now these all, what are these words? They are indeclinables, they are adverbs, and they define a verb. Tivram chalati. Tivram means fast. So Mandam means slow. Madhuram, you might think Madhuram is a sweet. Yes, it's a sweet, but it defines a verb. She talks sweetly. Madhuram ka vadati. Madhuram vadati. So when you're putting an adjective this way, you're putting an adverb, not an adjective. Adverb. When you put an adverb, that adverb along with the verb, that adverb comes in Dvitiya. Certain adverbs. That's the meaning. Not all. Kriya Viseshena Dvitiya. So these kind of adverbs will come in object. So let's see how. Saha Shigram Gachati. Okay, he goes fast. So the Shigram comes in Dvitiya. That's the meaning. So let's see Gachati. Gachati is Prathama Ekavachan. So Kaha Gachati, we'll see. Who goes? Which is Prathama Vibhakti, Ekavachanam here. Saha. Saha, we have so many questions. Here what question we have to ask is Khatam or Kidrisham. We have to put that question. Eppadi. How. The question is how. Hengo. How is he going? Hengo. So at that time when it answers how he goes, the Shigram. Khatam Gachati or Kidrisham. Shigram answers it. Hengo Gattane. For the answer is Shigram. So that Shigram, which is an adverb, comes in Dvitiya. Okay. So look at this Pani Sutra. Pratyanuding nikashantarantarena yavat bihi. So what is this meaning of this sutra? Just if you split it, the sutra is Prati, Anu, Dhik, Nikasha, Antara, Antarena yavat. These are all Dvitiya it means. What is Prati? Prati is two words. It's an adverb. Anu is not an adverb. It's an upasarg. That's why I said in the beginning, it could be an adverb. It can be an upasarg also. So upasarg. Dhik is a curse. Nikasha means nearby. Pakkadu. You have lots of words for pakkadu, pakkatla. One word is Nikasha and this is Dvitiya. That is another word. Samipam. That is Sashti. So don't get confused. This word Nikasha comes. It is Dvitiya. Antara, Antarena. Both, they have this meaning of in between or without. Okay. So both have they interchange. in between and without. Yavat means till. So when you use these words, it's Dvitiya. So Mandiram Nikasha. Samaya also, there's one more word. It's not included in that sutram, but I have put this sentence. Mandiram Nikasha Samaya Nadi Vahati. Next to the temple, a river flows. That's the meaning of the sentence. So we have to ask, what flows? Nadi. The river flows. So river becomes the subject because it is only doing the work, flowing, right? So where is it flowing? Nearby. Nearby what? Mandiram. So this nearby is because of something, not the nadi. The nadi is flowing nearby something. That something is Mandiram. Then Mandiram comes in Dvitiya Vibhakti. That's the meaning. It is flowing near the temple. The temple becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'll tell it in Sanskrit. Ka Vahati. That's a question. Nadi Vahati. So Nadi becomes a subject. Nadi Kutra Vahati is the question. Where is it flowing? It is Nikasha Atava Samaya. Both meaning nearby. Kim Nikasha, Kim Samaya is the question. That's how you have to ask. Kim Nikasha, Kim Samaya. At that time for Kim it is Dvitiya Vibhakti Mandiram. You got my point? So both meaning Samipam. Okay. The Nadi order. எங்க ஓடுறது நதி. ஸோ நதி வந்து சப்ஜெக்ட். நதி எங்கே ஓடுறது? தட்ஸ் அ கொஸ்டின். நதி பக்கத்தில் ஓடுறது. எது பக்கத்தில் ஓடுறது? எது பக்கத்தில். ஸோ அந்த எது வந்து அதுதான் த்வித்தியா. அதுதான் த்வித்தியா விபக்தி. இந்த கோவில் பக்கத்தில். அந்த கோவில் வந்து த்வித்தியா விபக்தி ஆகிடும். ஏன்னா இந்த வார்த்தைகள் இருக்குது. நிகஷா சமயாங்கிற வார்த்தைகள்னால அந்த கோவில் வந்து சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில், நான் தமிழ் சொல்லி கொடுக்கல, சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் அது த்வித்தியா ஆகிடுது. Mandiram is Dvitiya Vibhakti. That is, it means temple. Okay. Nadi odatte. Elli odatte? Mandira pakkadalli. So this Mandira becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti in Sanskrit. Okay. In Sanskrit. So this Nikasha and Samaya are adverbs that both meaning Samipam or Pakkadu. Pakkatla. And that governs that word where they go nearby in Dvitiya Vibhakti, which is Mandiram in this case. So, now I am using the word Prati. Prati means towards. So, we see that Rama is going, I am using like Palni is using Devadatta, I use Rama often. And I am nowhere near to Palni, not even speck of a speck. So, Rama goes to the village. So Ramaha Gramam Prati Gacchati. Gacchati. Kaha Gacchati? Ramaha. So Ramaha goes. Pratama Vibhakti. Rama goes where? Ramaha Kutra Gacchati. The question is Kutra. Direction, right? Kutra. So Kutra will govern Dvitiya and Saptami. This is the thing you have to keep in mind. When you put the question Kutra, it could be either Dvitiya Vibhakti or Saptami. So, Ramaha Gramam Prati Gacchati. That's the answer. So, the word Prati, means towards. That will govern that Grama and Dvitiya Vibhakti. Grama means village. It's a cluster. Basically, it means Grama means cluster. So, Ramaha Gramam Prati Gacchati. So, this Grama becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. So, I'll put it in Tamil. Rama Pora. Yar Pora? Rama. Rama is a subject. Ena avana vela pandran. ராமா எங்கே போகிறான்? ராமா ஒரு கிராமத்தை நோக்கி போகிறான். நோக்கி தான். தட்ஸ் த மீனிங். பிரதி நோக்கி. ஸோ அந்த கிராமங்கிறது இந்த நோக்கிங்கிற வார்த்தையினால ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತத்தில் ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಆಯಿರುತ್ತೆ. ರಾಮ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾನೆ. ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾನೆ? ಗ್ರಾಮ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ Gramam becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. Okay. So supposing I say Lakshmanaha Ramam Prati Gacchati. So you have a Dvitiya Vibhakti here for Rama, right? Lakshmanaha Ramam Prati Gacchati means Lakshmana goes towards Rama. So Rama becomes Ramam. Lakshmanaha Ramam becomes Dvitiya Vibhakti. Supposing I say Rama goes towards Lakshmana, only say Ramaha Lakshmanam Prati Gacchati. You will get it. Am I right? So, we will, with that, with the word, how the word is formed, we'll find out which is Dvitiya Vibhakti. So, this word dhik papinam janam. So dhik is a curse word, sabikkardu. So when I use this word, whatever I curse or anybody curses, that comes in Dvitiya. So dhik papinam janam means these people who do bad things to others, like these people, they kill innocent people, or this person who's having a lot of bad thoughts in his mind. So papinam janam, these are janam is Dvitiya vibhakti, which means people, and papinam governs janam, it's an adjective, so that will also become Dvitiya vibhakti. Okay, in Sanskrit the adjective will take the same role as the noun it defines. It's very much similar to German also. German also we have, even French, any European language except English. So English, that's why we get confused, which we can't jumble, we have to place it nearby. But Sanskrit we can put it anywhere, but because of the grammar, if we align, we'll know. That's how you learn a poetry also in Sanskrit. You have to align what is the same vibhakti. So dik papinam janam sabikkardu. Okay, I don't want to put it in Tamil or Kannada. So Sita sakyav antarena asti. What is the meaning? Sita is between her two friends. So Ka asti, who's there? Sita. So Sita is a subject because of asti. Sita kutra asti, that's a question. So I told you, kutra. So Sita sakyav antarena asti. The sakyav antarena, this kutra is for sakyav antarena. Okay, or if I just say Sita antarena asti, Sita is in between. So what will you ask? Kau antarena, in between what? The question is in between what? So Sita sakyav antarena, in between what is that sakyav? For what you answer sakyav. So Sita irukkirai, Sita enga irukra? Our ரெண்டு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் நடுவில் இருக்கா, நடுவில், அந்தரேனஸ் நடுவில், ரெண்டு ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், ரெண்டு தோழிகள் நடுவில் இருக்கா. அந்த தோழிகள், ரெண்டு தோழிகள், ಅದು ಒಂದು ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿயில் ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತத்தில். ಸೀತಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಳೆ? ಎರಡು ಸಖಿಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಸಖಿಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕವರ್ನ್ ದ ಸಖಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಅಂತರೇನ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್. So antarena also means without. Okay, adhyayanam antarena jnanam nasti. So without studies you will not, there is no knowledge. That's the meaning of the sentence. So na asti, na asti, it's savarna dirgha sandhi, na asti, it's not there. Kim na asti? Adhyayanam. So adhyayanam, no, jnanam. So yeah, now we have the confusion, right? So we have to use our intelligence to find out which is what. Okay, so like this, you have Sanskrit puzzles. It could mean the other one and all. So we'll leave it. You're going to take simple baby steps to understand. So simple language. So jnanam nasti, knowledge is not there. So jnanam is the subject. It comes in napumsakalinga. Anuswara, jnanam nasti. So anuswara, and don't think it's Dvitiya vibhakti, because it's with an anuswara, it is not Dvitiya vibhakti, it is Prathama vibhakti like phalam. So jnanam kada nasti. Now the question is kada. So kada comes also for Dvitiya, not only Saptami. Kada means eppa, when. So at that time you say adhyayam antarena. Kim antarena is a question. Without what? Adhyayanam. Adhyayanam means abhyasam, studies, to put practice. So antarena will govern adhyayanam in Dvitiya vibhakti. So because it is already napumsakalinga, like palam pale palani, adhyayanam will come in Dvitiya vibhakti also in the same way. There is no change. Okay, so you have to make yourself thorough with Shabda Manjari and know. So how will you know? So if I say adhyayanam nasti, kena jnanam antarena, without knowledge there is no studies. That way we cannot say, it doesn't make logical sense. Am I right? So jnanam nasti adhyayanam antarena. So there is no knowledge without adhyayana. So padippu illama jnanam illa. எது இல்லாமல் ஞானம் இல்லை? படிப்பு இல்லாமல். இல்லாமல் வந்து அந்த படிப்பை வந்து ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿயில் ಪಾಠ. ಸೊ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲಾದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಏನಿಲ್ಲಾದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ ಇನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ್. ಸೊ ನಗರಂ ಯಾವತ್ ಪರ್ವತಾಃ ಸಂತಿ. Now we have the mountains till the city. Yavat is till. So it comes as an adjective. And parvataha santi. Ke santi. Ke santi is a question because santi is pratama bahuvachan. For this we have to put the question kaha kau ke. So ke is bahuvachan. Ke santi. What are all there? Parvataha santi. So parvataha is pratama bahuvachan. Now parvataha kutra santi is a question. So kutra nagaram yavat till the city. Kim yavat nagaram yavat till what? Till the city. So when you ask what, எது வரைக்கும், இந்த மலை எது வரைக்கும் இருக்கு, இந்த நகரத்து வரைக்கும் இருக்கு, நகரத்தை வரைக்கும் இருக்குன்னு சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா, அந்த நகரத்து, அது வந்து ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿ வருது. ಓಕೆ, ಮಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೇ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಸಿಟಿ ಬರೇ ಇದೆ, the ಸಿಟಿ ಒಂದು ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ವಿಭಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, so that's how it is. So we go to the next one wherein we use the upasarga anu. Anu means following back. Okay, sarati means to move. Lakshmanaha ramam anusarati. So you got your thing, Rama, to put it, Rama in dvitiya vibhakti. So sarati, anusarati is to follow, anugachati, anusarati is to follow. So when you say kaha anusarati, when you ask a question, because this is pratama ekavachan, so Lakshmanaha anusarati. So Lakshmanaha kam anusarati. That's a question. Lakshmana follows. Immediately we'll get a question of whom does he follow. Yeah, that will come in dvitiya vibhakti because of the anu, upasarga anu in this verb. So it is Ramam. He follows Rama. Rama comes in dvitiya vibhakti. Lakshmana follow பின்னாடி ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கான். லக்ஷ்மணா யாரை ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கான்? ராமனை. இந்த ராமனைங்கிறது த்விତୀய விபக்தியில் வருது. ஓகே, ஸோ அபிதா பரிதா சர்வதா யோகே த்விতীயா. ஸோ வென் யூ யூஸ் these words abhitaha paritaha sarvataha, that time they become dvitiya, it means. That's the meaning of this Panini Sutra. What's the meaning of abhitaha? On either side. Paritaha is surrounding and sarvataha is everywhere. So nadhim ubayataha abhitaha taravaha santi. Now what's the meaning of ubayataha? It has the same meaning as abhitaha. So what's the meaning? On either side of the river there are trees. So how will we see the thing? We'll take the verb. Santi is the verb. Santi, ke santi will come because it's bahuvachan, right? Pratama bahuvachan. Taravaha. Taruhu, taru, taravaha, like Guru Shabda. So taravaha is bahuvachan. Trees are there. Now the question is, where are the trees? So they are on either side of the river. So on either side of the river, in English it's of the river, right? Yeah, we cannot apply the same to Sanskrit. So that of the river comes in dvitiya vibhakti. Yeah, so in Sanskrit I'll do taravaha kutra santi nadim ubayataha. So kim ubayataha or kam ubayataha or kam ubayataha. Dvitiya vibhakti question you have to ask. So nadim ubayataha or nadim abhitaha taravaha santi, we have to say. Okay, so in Tamil nadi மரங்கள்லாம் எங்கே இருக்குது? நதியோட இரண்டு பக்கத்துலேயும் இருக்குது, ரெண்டு பக்கத்துலேயும் இருக்குது, நதியோட ரெண்டு பக்கத்துலேயும் இருக்குது. ஸோ ரெண்டு பக்கத்தும் நதியோட, தமிழில் நதியோடுன்னு சொல்கிறோம், பட் சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் அது வந்து தமிழில் வந்து ஒரு மாதிரி சஷ்டி விபக்தி அட்டம் வருது. அதை வந்து சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் உபயோகிக்க முடியாது. சம்ஸ்கிருதம் தான். நதி, இந்த வேர்டு உபயதா அபிதா வந்தால் நதி வந்து வாட் எவர் இட்ஸ் நெக்ஸ்ட் டு இட், அது வந்து த்விତୀய விபக்தியில் தான் வரும். ஸோ உத்யானம் பரிதா தரவஹ சந்தி. ட்ரீஸ் ஆர் சரௌண்டிங் த கார்டன். ஸோ கே சந்தி தரவஹ. தரவஹ குத்திர சந்தி? உத்யானம் பரிதா, around the tree garden. So paritaha means surrounding, you know, outside they make a round. So peri we have, no, Peri in English, it comes from this only Sanskrit word. So paritaha. So the question is kim paritaha? Yadai sutri, surrounding what? So for that we can answer as udhyanam. So udhyanam comes in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So kriya viseshena Dvitiya. That's what I was trying to tell in the beginning, that when you use verbs, most of the verbs will make the second verb, the noun, whatever work they are doing, as Dvitiya Vibhakti. Like dokti, nayati, as in Kannada, as in Tamil. Any work that we do, we will make that work as Dvitiya Vibhakti. Like what? Say Gopalaha gam dokti. Gopala milks the cow. That's the meaning. So dokti means to milk. So dokti is Pratama Ekavachan. So kaha dokti will see. Gopalaha. Gopalaha kim or kam or kam dokti. That's the question. So we say Gopalaha gam dokti. Pal karakran. Karakran artham. Yar karakran? Gopala. Yadai karakran? Yadai. And the maadai. The maadai வந்து Tritiya Vibhakti Sanskritல வருது. தமிழ்லையும் அதே மாதிரி தான் வருது. So saha ajaha nayati. So he leads the female goats. Or saha kaha nayati, ajaha nayati. You can also ask saha kan nayati, that becomes pullingam. Kani nayati becomes napumsalinga. Here female, so kaha nayati, ajaha nayati. ஸோ அவன் வந்து லீட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கான், அவன் எடுத்துகிட்டு வரான், அழிச்சுட்டு வரான். எதை அழிச்சுட்டு வரான்? அந்த எதை வந்து அது வந்து அந்த ஆடுகளை அந்த ஆடுகளை வந்து Dvitiya Vibhaktiயில் வருது.